Hey everyone, Wiggles here. In this video, I'm going to go over the classes in Diablo 4 and give you my take on them to help you get a better picture of what you want to play in the game. To start, there are 5 different classes to choose from: the Barbarian, the Rogue, the Sorceress, the Necromancer, and the Druid. I'll touch on the class playstyles as well as explain the skill categories and the class specific improvements that you get as you level up. Many times you unlock this at level 25 through the class specific quests. If you're curious what those class specific quests are, just go to your map, open up the right sidebar, and read all the priority quests. The priority quests are the ones with the white tab that look like a white diamond with a plus sign in the middle of it. Sometimes these are unlocked before level 25 as well, so make sure you're on the lookout for them. These can improve your class a lot. Each class has basic skills, core skills, defensive skills, and ultimate skills. But alright, let's just get right into it. First off, we have the Barbarian. Barbarians are the classic brute force warrior that can seamlessly switch from one weapon type to the next. They're much more physical damage oriented than any of the other classes in Diablo 4. Barbarians have some other really cool passives tied to them as well, like how you can level up the weapons and how swapping between different weapons is ideal for certain skills. Barbarians can dual wield one-handed axes, swords, and maces, or you can choose to use the two-handed axes, the two-handed swords, or the two-handed maces. They can also use polearms. This is a very powerful class, just like all Diablo games. Their skill categories are in dual wielding, bludgeoning, shout, brawling, and weapon mastery. Personally, I love playing Shout Barb. The class specific improvements for Barbarian are really cool. Like I mentioned before, the more you use a weapon of your choosing, the more passive stats you'll gain for the character. This goes up to level 10 with each weapon the Barbarian can use. For instance, if you use the two-handed axe more often, you'll deal 1.5% more damage to vulnerable enemies per rank, with a bonus at rank 10 for each weapon. This applies to all weapons you use going forward too. You can only choose one of these passive buffs at a time, which they call technique, and the rank 10 buff only applies to the weapon that you're using, so you have to choose carefully. If you're far more comfortable obliterating enemies and challenging bosses up close using a great assortment of melee weapons, then the Barbarian class is definitely for you. Next up, we have Rogue. Rogues deal devastating blows to the enemy, whether it's up close or from afar. Rogues can choose between melee and ranged weapons such as daggers, swords, and bows, making them extremely versatile. They have skill categories in Marksman, which lets you shoot from afar, Cutthroat, which lets you stab enemies close by, and then you have your trap skills, your subterfuge skills, and your imbuement skills. Using imbuements are really satisfying for different combat scenarios with specific effects like poison, shadow, and cold. As you level up, you can choose between 3 different specializations: combo points, inner sight, and preparation. Combo points is the classic type rogue from games like World of Warcraft. Inner sight allows you to have unlimited energy at certain times, and preparation enhances your cooldowns. Rogues are squishy, but deadly. If you're keen to play lightning fast class that excels in dealing physical damage with melee or ranged weapons, and you don't mind shifting positions quickly to gain advantage in combat, then you should consider playing as the rogue. Now we have the Sorceress. Sorceress is the classic mage style class that makes use of different elements to destroy their enemies. Sorceresses have a ton of utility and some of the highest damage spells in the game. The Sorceress can use a two-handed staff, one-handed daggers, wands, and a focus on their offhand. They have a lot of different options you can choose from as well. You can specialize in frost skills, pyromancy skills, or shock skills. As you level up, you'll unlock enchantments, which adds more passive bonuses, and it can be applied to most of your skills. I say most of your skills because they can't be applied to the ultimates, but the enchantments you're able to choose from really upgrade this class and allows for way more damage or utility. If you've been wanting to master the art of casting powerful elemental magic that not only deals great damage from any distance, but also impairs your targets, then the Sorcerer's class is perfect for you. Next, we have the Necromancer. The Necromancer is the classic dark magic user. They're a really fun class and really easy to get good at in this game. If you're the type of person that really likes dark style magic or prefers summoning multiple minions to help destroy whatever is out on the battlefield, the Necromancer is for sure for you. You can build out the Necromancer to be more tanky when you put a shield on them as well. They have 6 different groups of abilities. They have blood, darkness, bone, curses. They have different summoner abilities and corruption abilities. The Necromancer can use one-handed swords, daggers, wands, focuses, shields, and one-handed and two-handed scythes, and even longswords. As you level up, you'll be able to summon skeletal warriors, skeletal mages, and the golem. You get the golem at level 25, and as you level up, you unlock something called the Book of the Dead at an earlier level as well. The Book of the Dead enhances the minions you summon, or you can choose to not have that minion for a really big buff on your character. Personally, I love being the classic Necromancer with tons of different minions fighting around by your side, but there's a ton of different options that you can choose from for your skeletal warriors, the skeletal mages, and the golems. This is a really fun class, and I highly suggest trying this one out as you go. Last but not least, we have the Druid. The Druids are the main nature magic class with cool abilities to morph into a werebear or a werewolf. Whichever approach you choose, the abilities are really satisfying to see pulled off, and the class is really fun to play. I will say, more than the other classes, Druids had a slow start, but mastering this class really pays off with the amount of passive buffs and devastating skills that they have. At an early level, it was really hard to beat some of the early on bosses, whereas the Necromancer literally did nothing and just beat them right away. But that definitely changes when you start leveling up. The Druids can use daggers, fist weapons, staves, and maces, as well as an offhand called idols in the range slot. The groups of skills they have are the nature magic ones like Storm and Earth, the shape-shifting ones like Werebear and Werewolf, and my personal favorite, the companion skills. Just like the Necromancer, I love having tons of different companions out on the field, which makes for a really fun build. I love this class because you can choose the nature magic route, or you can choose to be more the shape-shifting route and do melee damage. Both are very viable. At level 25, you unlock spirit boons. With this, you get to choose one of the 4 boons under the deer, wolf, eagle, and snake category. You also get to bond with one of these 4 spirits to get an additional boon in that category as well. So if you end up choosing snake, you get to choose 2 of the 4 snake boons, as well as 1 boon for deer, 1 boon for wolf, and 1 boon for eagle. Even though I found Druid to have a slow start, it's one of the most fun and satisfying classes in this game as well. Overall, choosing your class in Diablo 4 depends on how you like to play the game. All the classes are really fun, and you most likely will find that the class that you least expect to be your favorite actually turns out to be your main. That happened for me. I usually like spellcasters, but this game made me love the rogue. Definitely try out more classes as you go, especially for every new season that comes out. You'll get a ton of new season rewards if you create a character on the season server. This game is a ton of fun with many different builds you can try out, and if you're looking for more builds to try, check out websites like maxroll.gg. I'll put a link in the description down below. These are great resources for how to spec into your character, as well as do the Paragon levels, and specifically how to play that build. I highly suggest checking it out. I also have a ton of useful videos for beginners as well, like how to get a mount or how to even teleport out of a dungeon. Check out my other Diablo 4 videos and let me know what other Diablo 4 videos you'd like to see in the future. I'd be happy to make that video for you. Also, if I were to start making build videos, what kind of build would you want to see first? I'm thinking of making videos like that soon. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Let us all know what class is your favorite, or which one you're going to be trying out next. I love learning more about the classes in this game and what you all find to be the best about them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.